We opted for auger drilling, so we did 222 holes down to 6 meters, collected samples every 50 centimeters. And we're pleased to report that 12.5% of those assay results have now been returned to the company. We're seeing grades as high as 1,502 ppm relative to what was obtained in 2016 at 811 ppm.
Welcome viewers tuning in to Assay TV. In this session, I'm joining ION Energy, the first lithium brine explorer in Mongolia. And I'm very pleased to be speaking once again with Ali Haji, who's CEO and director of the company. Hi, Ali, how are you?
Hi, Adam, doing well. Glad to be back.
Yeah, excellent. Thanks for catching up with us. So let's start with some of the big news. There's an update on your exploration. Take us through that.
There is indeed. So if you recall, we did 21 holes on Baavhai, our flagship license, back in May of this year. We've obtained 4 samples, but importantly, that program was designed to find these aquifers beneath surface, which is essentially the premise of our operation and the company. Beyond that, we did some regionally sort of diverse drilling. We wanted to expand over the assets, 81,000 hectares being a massive land package. We opted for auger drilling, so we did 222 holes down to 6 meters, collected samples every 50 centimeters. And we're pleased to report that 12.5% of those assay results have now been returned to the company. We're seeing grades as high as 1,502 ppm relative to what was obtained in 2016 at 811 ppm. The company is very encouraged and highly optimistic that we can continue to do some expansive exploration programs over the course of 2020-22 to better define an early resource indication for this fantastic asset on the doorstep of China.
Yeah, it's fantastic. So in terms of the key milestones for 2022, we're just going to expand on this land package already?
Precisely. So we're going to expand on the land package. We're going to do some more begin hydrogeological sampling. We're also going to do a more extensive drilling program to better define the resource sweet spots, if you will, alongside start to calculate an early resource indication in Baavhai.
Excellent. And is there any delay within the winter months in terms of the conditions? There are obviously deep winters in Mongolia.
No delays per se. I mean, you can drill all year round in that region. It's very, very low precipitation. It is in the Gobi Desert, so you're not concerned with snowfall or snow coverage in the region. You can continue to operate throughout the winter months.
Yeah, excellent. So more strategically about the industry then, there's a big decarbonization push going on. You're well positioned within Asia's lithium supply chain for this.
Indeed, but I also think we have to look at it from an accumulation perspective. We've seen a lot of M&A activity. Lithium Americas with their acquisition of Millennial, Zegen's bid for Neo Lithium. People like Koch Industries sort of quietly putting away half $500 million in battery metals producers around the world. It is a space that's heating up. We do see the need for a strategic to come in, which has always been our business plan. But we need to better understand our assets before we have those conversations. So we see the space heating up. We know lithium prices have sort of skyrocketed since the low in December 2020. And we think we're, like you said, very well positioned to service Asia's growing demand for lithium.
Yep, very much so. Okay, and so let's talk about your other asset. You've expanded the portfolio as well with Urgak-Naran. I hope I got that right.
Yeah, that's Urgak-Naran. Fair enough.
Yeah.
Urgak-Naran is it's an asset we acquired in February to sort of align strategically with what we've always told our shareholders, which is we're looking to acquire as many lithium direct licenses as possible in Mongolia, de-risk them through exploration, arrive at a resource indication, and then bring in a strategic to either exit or partner with us. Urgak-Naran is 29,000 hectares. It's in Dorngovi province. Dorngovi province is an extremely infrastructure-rich province. But importantly, the asset is not very far. In fact, only about 20 kilometers from the One Belt, One Road or Silk Road northern route, which will run from Beijing to Ulaanbaatar all the way up to St. Petersburg in Russia. So very infrastructure-rich province. We announced an exploration program in September of this year. We haven't been able to get out to it as a result of the increased number of cases of COVID in country. But my expectation is that we will complete the auger program on Urgak-Naran before the end of the year, with results coming out shortly thereafter in the new year.
Yeah, excellent. And just on the company financials quickly, you're well financed to continue this exploration into next year?
Yes, absolutely. At the end of September, we had 5 million in the treasury. We have access to about 11.5 million in warrants, should they convert at a higher, as our currency starts to improve. 5 million keeps us fully funded for the next 2 years. That 11.5 would obviously go a lot further than that. But then again, let's not discount the fact that we would entertain a conversation with the right strategic at the right price for a toehold in the organization.
Excellent. So obviously the sentiment's good, the lithium price we talked about, and everyone knows the market's very bullish. But it's just sort of a pivot for the region or for Mongolia, if you like, to sort of move into the battery metals tier. Obviously, copper is very renowned within the region, gold, of course, with your previous roles. But lithium's a lot more strategic now within Mongolia.
It is. And, Mongolia is a nation of 1.5 million square kilometers, of which only 3% has been explored. So it is the home of big copper, as we like to call it. And we've seen gold assets come on board, like Step Gold, as you mentioned. But we believe that there is a potential to find significant lithium assets in the country, which will, in essence, change the dynamics of the economy in that area.
Absolutely. Well, it sounds like you're very much on course for realizing that, Ali. And thanks very much for sharing the update with Assay TV.
Cheers. Pleasure to be here. Thank you.